From the High Definition Educational Broadcast Center at Bergen Community College's main campus in Paramus, this is Studio Bergen.
Live from the Izod Center in East Rutherford, New Jersey, it's Thursday night. Welcome everybody to Commencement 2014 for Bergen Community College. My name's Larry Levanka. I am the host of Studio Bergen Live, a 30-minute pre-show as we count down to the beginning of Commencement at 2014 at 7 p.m. This is a pretty special night for all the graduates that are here. This is the biggest night of their college career here at Bergen Community College. And it's one of the first times that it's an evening ceremony. We're doing it under the lights. I guess you really can't say that because we're inside. Of course it's under the lights. But it's a first time in a long time that we've actually done an evening ceremony. We're going to have some guests with me as we count down in the next 30 minutes. And let me tell you, they're big ones. We've got the salutatorian, we've got the valedictorian, and then somebody who puts this whole thing together at the end. So we're going to get right into it right now with the salutatorian, Katarzyna Jankowski. We call her Kasia. Kasia, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm just trying to embrace this whole opportunity. It's beautiful, and I'm just so happy to be here. I think it's all coming into now. It's just hitting me now. I didn't think it didn't hit me before. Like, I was getting ready, and I didn't really know. Like, I think now my consciousness is like, this is it. You gotta get going. So yes, great time, and I'm so happy.
It's a big moment in your life. We worked on your speech the other day a little bit. We talked about it. You know, I mean, what's going through your head right now? I mean, you're here.
What's going through is just this, the lights, and it's just, I'm going to be sitting up there, and I'm going to be speaking a speech, and I'm not terrified of anything. I'm excited, and I hope my nerves don't take over. I'm just excited to share the story that I went through, and I hope some people can relate. I'm just happy to do that.
I mean, your story is so interesting. I mean, you speak 3 languages, you've lived in a bunch of different countries. You know, how do you end up at Bergen Community College in Paramus, New Jersey? How do you get here?
Yeah, I'm surprised that I made it this trip anyway. But yeah, I was born in Poland, raised in Germany, and then when I was 19, I came here on my own. She goes my career. I didn't like the business school back home, so I came here and I didn't know what to do. I knew I didn't want to do business, so I started to look into what I like to do. So I kind of got a hand of, I went into an associate's degree for general science, and I loved it, and I knew I wanted to do health. And now in the surgical program, I think it's the best decision I've ever made. I'm so excited.
I mean, what's so unique about it is, you know, a lot of people say they want to help people, they want to give back to their community. I mean, you're living it. You had a career, you know, finance, banking, whatever, and you said, you know what, I want to do something that I can give back with. I mean, you know, how do you arrive at something like that? How do you give up a career?
It's just if you don't love something that you do, if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to be good at it. Now I found something like surgical tech. I love it, enjoy it so much. Love just staying there with the surgeon, helping him. And it's just my passion. And I wake up at 5 in the morning and I'm excited to go to work. And I'm excited to help the patient. I'm excited to do everything. And I think that's like the true thing. If you love your job, you will never work a day in your life.
Are you going to talk about any of that in your speech? I know what you're going to say, but you want to give everybody a little preview about maybe some of the things you're going to talk about?
I'm going to talk about my life from beginning to up to here now, and maybe what will happen. Just where I came from, where I moved to, how things went through, and
we won't spoil the whole thing. We'll leave it at that, I guess. Just keep smiling. I'm sure you'll be fine. What do you want the 800 or 1,000 graduates that are going to be here in attendance tonight to take away from your speech? What do you want them to come away with?
That whatever obstacles, whatever they face, whatever challenges they face, they need to help you. They need to get through them. They need to find something how they will do it. And just take it and never give up and keep going. I have come such a long way and I have not given up. And I'm just extraordinarily happy to be here and I didn't give up. And I'm so capable.
here with you tonight?
Actually, with my sisters from Virginia, they moved here and they just arrived here. I met them in the Izod parking lot and they were changing out of their traveling clothes. So my sisters are here, a lot of friends, and my niece and my nephew are very excited. I'm just so happy.
To be what amounts to essentially the second best student in a class of almost 3,000. Okay, they're not all going to be here tonight, but almost 3,000 students, and you are one of the top two. I mean, what goes through your head with something like that?
I think we're all the same. I think everyone comes as much as students are walking. You know what? I don't put myself as second best. I don't know why. It's an amazing feeling, and it's still not getting to me. But I think we're all the same. We all work very hard. Going through the surgical tech program, I saw how people work through it, and I helped them to get through it. And I just feel like we're all the same, even though I'm the second best. And it's a little great, awesome, but I think we're all the same.
You want to give a shout out to any of your friends or faculty members or anybody that might be watching around the world right now?
Anyone who knows me, I cannot believe that I'm here right now as a valedictorian, and I'm so happy. And my parents couldn't make it here today. My mom had surgery, so she's still in Germany. And I did find out like a month ago only about this. So I just love everyone who knows me, my parents, my family, my sisters, my aunts, cousins, anyone out of this world. They're all over the place, in Poland and Germany. I love you so much. And without you guys, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you.
So after tonight, okay, maybe you celebrate a little bit, you know, it's a big party, but what happens? You graduate and you get a job in Bergen County, you serve the community, what do you do?
I think I'm gonna, I'm trying to stay in Bergen community. And I think like I'm doing my externship at Holy Name, and that's the hospital where I want to be. So let's see what happens. I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to say anything. I'm not sure yet, but I do love, what I do, and I want to stay in Bergen community, like Bergen County.
Holy Name, I mean, if you're watching, you got the second best student in the class of 2014 here. Give her a job. She's going to be great. Kasha, thank you for coming here. Good luck on your speech.
Thank you.
Everybody will hear you in about maybe a half hour or so. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So that's Kasha Jankowski. Really interesting story. Been working with her a lot in the last few days, really gotten to know her. She's a very special girl. And we're about to bring in another very special girl. She is the valedictorian of the class of 2014. Her name is Maria de Abreu Pineda. This girl has everything going for her. She's got a 4.0 GPA. She's on her way to one of the top schools in the country. She got a scholarship from the Jack Kent Cook Foundation, which is going to give her up to $30,000 a year for the next 3 years of school. This is somebody who should be emulated, and she is, in many ways, the pride of the class of 2014, and she's sitting right next to me right now as we count it down, about 22 minutes away from commencement. Maria.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good. What's going through your head right now?
Well, I'm excited. I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy of this great opportunity and excited. Yes.
We just talked to Kasha, and she talked about her international experience with getting to Bergen Community College in Paramus, New Jersey. How did you get to? I know your story. It's a very similar track. It wasn't through Poland and Germany, but it was from overseas as well.
Yes.
Tell everybody a little bit about where you've come from.
Okay, so I was born and raised in Caracas, Venezuela, and I moved to New Jersey a little over 2 years ago. I started in Bergen mainly because of my brother. He knew about the whole experience, and he was my guide through the whole thing. So that's how I ended up in Bergen Community College. And at the beginning, I wasn't sure that a community college was going to fulfill my academic standards. But I'm very happy about it now that I discovered the whole experience.
You got the flag here. You've got look at all the regalia she's got on. She's got on the two. Look at this. Two of the cords. Well, they're not cords. I don't know. The sashes, right?
Yes.
So you got two sashes. You've got two cords. Two medals. Break it all down. What do they all mean?
All right, so this is Phi Theta Kappa. I was part of our chapter, so every Phi Theta Kappa in here is wearing this.
That's the Honor Society of two-year schools.
Yes, this is for honors because I decided to take honors courses at Bergen to challenge myself And I'm actually pretty happy because I got to know amazing faculty members through the Judith K. Wynn Honors Program. This is also for honors. This is for being both PTK and honors. This is a special thing this year. It's for being dual, PTK and honors. This is my chapter office from PTK. I was Vice President of Leadership. This is my STEM pin, that's important. Science, technology, engineering, and math, that's there. And my flag, Venezuela, that's my country.
I missed the pin, but the pin is so significant for Maria. Science, technology, engineering, and math is not just a nationwide initiative. Bergen Community College is putting a lot of effort behind STEM. What makes Maria somewhat unique is, of course, she is a female. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, you typically don't think of as females.
Yes, that's
What's
true.
that like, being in a field which has traditionally been male-dominated, but you are a female, and you're going to go into biomedical engineering, right?
Yes.
So talk about that.
Well, I really liked it. I like being the only one doing it, or I like being part of the small group. But more than that, I really enjoy motivating people to do it. You know, if that is your passion, don't let anyone put you apart from that. Okay, so if you're a Latina in STEM, you're definitely able to prove and to be there in a manufacturing lab full of men working with confidence, and I like that. Break them all, be the only one, be unique, and you're gonna motivate more people to do it.
Talk about some of the things, some of the projects you've worked on in the STEM Club. I mean, it's not basic stuff. We're talking about solar panels, wind turbines. I mean, there's some really amazing stuff coming out of Bergen.
Yes, well, I started in the STEM Student Union in Bergen a year and a half ago, 3 semesters, and last summer I actually had the opportunity of participating in the internship. In the internship, I was part of the group that created the vertical wind turbine. So what we did is creating this amazing wind turbine and putting it in top of a car and proving that it's generating enough voltage to actually charge a car's battery. So it was amazing to see that. And some of the other things that we're working on are the quadcopters, the UAVs. Right. We're working on the algae biodiesel project. We have also the solar panels. Many things that you can be part of, and they're actually great, even if you're not a STEM major.
And this is one of the many reasons how you end up with a 4.0. Not only do you have to be smart, but you have to, really engage the topic and really, get accustomed to what you're going to be working with when you go out in the field someday. Talk about that a little bit, the work that goes into being the top student in the class of 2014.
Well, as you said it, it's more than grades. It's more than being there and succeed academically. It's also getting involved. I always say to my friends and to anyone that I see at Bergen, open your eyes and open your ears to opportunities around, because that's the way to really succeed, Get involved in everything you can. If you're interested in, psychology, get involved in the psychology club. I am interested in science, I got involved in STEM. Do everything you can, be a tutor, help people, get involved with the community. That's really the way to do it. Not only the grades, but also, get involved with your community.
What, as we prepare, we're about 17 minutes away from the start of commencement. What is going to be your advice to your peers, to the people out in the audience who are looking to you for guidance and looking to you for inspiration?
Yes, my advice is simple, it's hard work. All right, success is not an accident. So that's my advice, to challenge yourself, to work hard, that it pays off.
So I know that the college choice isn't necessarily made yet, and I know you don't want to spill the beans on that. But what's the next step for you? I mean, we talked about biomedical engineering. Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 or 10 years?
Well, after completing my degree of biomedical engineering, I'm going to have 2 options. Either I'm going to get a job as a biomedical engineer, maybe working in research or anything that relates to contributing to society, or I'm going to be pursuing my medical school. So those are my 2 options.
And I just have a feeling no matter where she goes and no matter what she does, she is going to be a success, as she has already proven at Bergen Community College. Maria,
thank you.
Good luck. This is, perhaps more than any other student, this is your night, and this is one you will remember for the rest of your life. So enjoy it, okay?
Thank you, Larry.
It's time for her to get back in line. So, Maria,
thank you.
Good luck on the speech.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Maria and Kesha are both such special individuals, and we are truly blessed to have students like Maria and Kesha here at Bergen Community College. We've got about 15 minutes to the start of commencement. You're going to hear the band strike up pretty soon. We're getting really close. What I want to do now is kind of go through who else is here. some of the other special guests, some of the other students. You know, what is the class of 2014 profile? What do they look like? What do they do? Well, this is the 45th commencement for Bergen Community College. It's a little different than where we used to have the facility, or for the event, the facility we used to have the event in. If you read the record in the last few days, you'd know that we used to have it in the parking deck at the college's main campus in Paramus. I think you could agree this is a much better venue. It's lit much better than a parking deck, and it's a lot more exciting for these students. It gives that big arena feel for a big day in their lives, which this really is. 2,862 candidates for graduation. We can't say that they're graduates yet because they haven't been conferred. It is the largest class ever in the history of Bergen Community College, and it's by a big jump. The college in recent years has made a lot of strides in trying to graduate more students, and not just to graduate for the sake of graduating them, but to put them on a path for success. There is data out there that show students that graduate from a two-year school, not just attend, but graduate from a two-year school, have a higher graduation rate when they go on to a four-year school. So it's not just to come to Bergen and take a class or two. It's to come to Bergen, start at Bergen, do well at Bergen, graduate from Bergen. And that's when you see students like Kesha and Maria, that's exactly what they did. They have the pick of any school in the country that they want to go to. Maria, for instance, the two schools that we were talking about before, and I didn't want to mention them, she's talking about Columbia, she's talking about Stevens. These are the kind of schools that our students are going to. And it's not just state schools. I went to a state school. There's nothing wrong with a state school. Bergen Community College is a public school. But we have students going all over the country. We have students going to Columbia. We have students going to NYU. Of course, we have kids going to Rutgers, TCNJ, Montclair State, William Patterson, the private schools in New Jersey like Fairleigh Dickinson University. We also have students going to USC in California, UCLA. There is no bounds to where a Bergen student can take their education. The group tonight includes 507 students and graduates from the August class, 981 from December, and a little over 1,300 for May. There are, and get this, 66 students who have obtained a 4.0. I mean, anybody that's gone to school, anybody that's gone to college, you know that is not something that is easy to do. Imagine going to every class, every day, and getting a 4.0. Not an A-, not a B+, an A in every single one of their classes. That is truly something to be celebrated and something that is truly special. There are 47 members of the Judith K. Wynn School of Honors, which we talked a little bit about before. There are 88 members of Phi Theta Kappa, which is the honor society of two-year schools. Again, these are high-achieving students. These are the best and the brightest that Bergen Community College has to offer. Our gender profile is weighted a little bit more toward the girls. Perhaps it comes as no surprise. Two of our best students were females. 54.4% female versus 44.5% male. For those of you mathematicians out there who are trying to add those up, yes, there are 1.1 percentage points of students who actually didn't declare whether they were a male, female. Not sure what that's about, but they didn't declare, so can't do anything about that. We have graduates that range in age from 17 to 65. I'll say that again, 17 to 65. So what does that mean? We have some students who started their college career very early and are graduating with a degree or a certificate tonight. And then we have some at the other end of the spectrum, at 65 years old, who maybe came back to school, maybe they were doing it in retirement, and they've come back to earn their degree or certificate tonight as well. There's 20,000 seats in the arena. We're not going to use all of them tonight. We'll have about 6,000 people between the graduates, their families, and the faculty and staff and all of the administrators that are going to be present. So this is going to be a packed house here tonight. Probably a little bit more or a little bit less than the Devils and the Nets used to have, but you know, they've moved on to other arenas. This is the 7th year here at the Izod Center. We've already talked about the fact that we used to have it in the parking garage. You know, I've seen a lot of great events here myself. This is now my 7th commencement, just like for Bergen Community College, their 7th commencement here. I saw AC/DC here when I was about, I don't know, 16 or 17 years old. It was a pretty good concert, and I sat way back there. I think it was in section 201. It was a good time. I'm sure the graduates will have just as good a time tonight, though. Let's talk about the keynote speaker. The keynote speaker tonight is without a doubt the biggest keynote speaker we have probably ever had in the history of Bergen Community College commencement. His name is Ken Chenault. He is the CEO and chair of American Express. Yes, American Express. This isn't a small organization, as you can imagine. American Express is one of the largest companies in the world, and we are truly excited to have Mr. Chenault here, who is going to offer his remarks to the class. So we're really proud about that. Mr. Chenault is actually a business pioneer when it comes down to it. He was, when he was hired in 2001, as the third African-American man to ever lead a Fortune 500 company. So it's really special that he's going to be here tonight. He holds a BA in history from Bowdoin, which my wife would know are the polar bears, the Bowdoin polar bears. That's their gimmick. Ours is the Bulldogs, in case you didn't know. And he also holds a GD, or a JD, from Harvard Law School. Past keynote speakers, our first one was actually Dr. John W. Davis of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, and that was in 1970. Our first commencement was back at the main campus in Paramus. We had U.S. Senator Bill Bradley twice as the commencement speaker. U.S. Treasurer Rosie Rios, she was actually the commencement keynote a few years ago. We've had 2 governors. We've had 3 Bergen County executives. Speaking of which, Bergen County Executive Kathleen Donovan is in the house tonight, and she will be offering remarks to the class of 2014. The other speakers tonight, of course, the college's president, Dr. B.K. Walter. She will basically serve as the MC for tonight's festivities. She will be at the mic probably longer than anybody else, and she will offer her remarks. We have Freeholder Chair David Gantz here tonight. We have Nadine Gonzalez de Jesus, who is the Vice President of Student Affairs at the college. She will be here. She will be on the mic. We have Vice President of Academic Affairs, Bill Mullaney. He will also be up on the mic. And it's going to be a real special moment when they're at the mic together, because they're going to bounce back and forth, talking about, much like I'm doing right now, what types of students are in the class of 2014 and celebrating the accomplishments of that group. We also have Board of Trustees Vice Chair, Sid Wilson. He is here. Sid's a really interesting guy. He actually served on the committee that was shaping what will eventually be the Latino History Museum in Washington, D.C. He was put on that panel by President Barack Obama. So to have Sid not only here at commencement, but to have Sid on our board is very special for the college. Also stepping up to the mic tonight is Victoria Tahan, who is the acting president for the Student Government Association. And she has a big role. She's going to be the one who lets the graduates turn their tassels and officially confirm that they are graduates of Bergen Community College. Breaking down some of the degrees tonight, we have 1,842 Associate in Science degree graduates. We have 493 associate. You can hear the crowd behind me right now. People are starting to walk down. Students are walking down. The music is playing. This is a big moment. You can hear pomp and circumstance. This is what everybody's waiting for. We have 493 of the AAS students. Those are a lot of the health professions program students, whether it be nursing, whether it be dental hygiene. These are the students who, a lot of them are going to go right into a career from Bergen. They're not going to do anything else. They're not going to go to a 4-year school in many cases. We also have 430 AAs. We have 66 certificates. We have 26 certificates of achievement, and even 5 Associate of Fine Arts. I believe it's the first year that we've done that. As you can hear behind me, that's pomp and circumstance. That's a very important, very momentous song for these students as they're walking down the aisle right now. As we're starting to wrap up, don't forget to watch the commencement right after this. We're going to dovetail right into it. The students are walking down right now. Follow Mr. BCC on the college's Facebook page, facebook.com/Bergen Community College. We've also got the landing page, bergen.edu/commencement 2014, which is going to have all the photos and videos and all that great stuff from commencement tomorrow. Final word, this is the biggest day of the year. A hello to my son, Will, who's watching Daddy right now. Thanks for watching, Mom and Dad. Thanks for watching everybody else. We're going into commencement right now. The students are walking down. It's time for me to get out of here. Thanks for being with us. Congratulations to the class of 2014.